16 years of life, NTSC scholarship holder, a state-level tennis player, 6 A stars, and a distinction in IGCSE program, a higher distinction in International Chemistry Olympiad, a poet, a speaker, a MUNer, and a blood cancer survivor. You, I just saw pity in your eyes. I saw pity in the eyes of my juniors who don't know about my situation. The same kind of pity which I have to face every time I tell someone that I had cancer. Poor you. Are you okay now? Let me help you. Bhai, to theek to ho jayega na? This is only a fragment of questions which the society throws at me. So today, I am using this stage to tell you all how I discovered myself, how my discovery made me worthy of respect and not sympathy, to tell you and the society that neither I nor those 600,000 people who fight cancer every day need your pity. Because believe me, we endure much more. Yes, we are fighters. Yes, we are heroes of our own lives. And no hero needs pity. Being a cancer survivor doesn't put me at a disadvantage to you. Rather, we have been able to win a battle which scares the hell out of 7 billion people walking on this earth. If you ask me about my cancer experience, I would describe it as inspiring. Before, I was infected with non-Hodgkin's types Burkitt's lymphoma. Yeah, that's the name of my cancer. I was just a nerdy little fat kid with little self-confidence. A person who used to say no even before thinking about saying yes. And a person who had absolutely no literary skills. Overall, I was just an average student living an average lifestyle. In my 9th grade, I decided a change should occur. I decided to change my board from CBSE to IGCSE. It was a whole new experience. First day of summer vacations, and I fell ill. That was the worst that could happen to a high schooler like me. This was something I used to think, but now, when I look back, my heart is touched with a tint of happiness and realization that it all had a meaning. I was passed through a series of irritating tests, and then I was scheduled for a surgery. I don't know why, but I was a little excited about the surgery. The surgery was at night, and you all won't believe me when I will tell you that the first thing I said in the room full of doctors when the anesthesia wore off was, "Bhai, koi chicken la do yaar." The next morning, when I woke up, the first thing I saw, awe struck me. Now, I'm not here to teach you all mathematics, but this and a little more was the size of the intestine which was taken out from me and was floating in a container in front of me. As a biology student, this was the most awesome thing that could happen to me. While I was drugged, looking at that chunk of intestine, at the same time, my guts were screaming, "This is only the beginning, homie." It was then that I decided that whatever may come in my way, I will deal with it, no matter how big or how dangerous it may be. The very next week, I was proven right, about the dangerous part, of course, when the biopsy reports came in positive about the malignant nature of the tumor. Now, I don't know how a normal person would react when they were given the news that their son was infected with cancer. Will they cry? Or will they look for moral support? I don't know that. But what my father did was to book the first flight to Bombay, the first flight to the best oncology hospital in the country. There, I was passed through a series of irritating tests, one of which was lumbar puncture. Lumbar puncture is a test to identify any cancer cells in the fluid of the spinal cord. And believe me when I tell you that lumbar puncture was the weirdest test I went through. The hospital had a separate room for this process. When I entered that room, all scared, because I had no idea what this weird-looking kid was about to do to me, I heard the song Dhoom Machale playing in a corner on a VCD player. Without reacting, I went, as instructed, laid down on the operation table, and took a fetal position. Then came the painful and the funny part. While they were injecting that extra long needle into my vertebrae, they hit a wrong nerve. The nerve was meant to control my leg movement. The next thing I know, I kicked the doctor in his guts without even realizing. After all these tests and procedures, I was prescribed a total of 8 chemotherapy sessions. An option was given to me to either take the therapy in Bombay or in Jaipur. I chose Jaipur, not because I need moral support or because I hate hospitals. No. I chose Jaipur because I love the comfort my own cozy bed gave me. During the time I was under chemotherapy, I got a chance to rediscover myself. I shed 20 kgs without any problems. I started reading books. Thus ignited the writer in me. I started writing poems. Started painting for that matter. I got a chance to explore the hidden, shut down sections of my personality, which I was unaware about. It was the October of 2012, and I was near my 6th cycle. One morning, I woke up, I had some verses in my head. I don't know how they got there, but the moment I got up, I took a pen and started writing. A few crosses and a little brainstorming later, I had composed my very first poem, and after that day, I haven't stopped. During time I was under chemotherapy, I learned not only to appreciate myself, but also appreciate the efforts that people around me made, which made my journey much more easy. May it be my teachers, my relatives, or even that slotty compounder who used to attend to me. I learned to appreciate each and every one of their efforts. Being at 16 or 17 years of age, what do you all think is the greatest struggle in life? Discovering infatuations? The usual conflict between two friends? This is what our world is comprised of, and I was pretty much the same until I saw a newborn child taking chemotherapy and realized how inconsequential that quarrel with my friend was, how small we all are in front of hands of life and death. Criticism aside, I genuinely think the people today, especially the youth, is overreacting about nothing. Everyone fights their own battles, and every battle leaves scars. I had a friend. We used to share a room together in the hospital. One evening, he greeted me good night with the warmest of smiles and slept. Next morning, he never woke up. So in comparison to his agony, aren't our pain nothing? As you all may recall, I told you all about all my achievements, but did I mention that I achieved all of them after my battle with cancer? The so-called deadly cancer changed me. It helped me to become confident. It gave me the spirit to stand here, and it sculpted the new me. I bet if it would have been my older self, I would not have even considered taking part in this event as a backstage helper, let alone as a speaker. But now I stand here talking to all you people. For an underdog like me, that's huge. The Chem in the title of my talk is not the subject chemistry. You might have figured that out. It rather means chemotherapy, the same chemotherapy that changed me. So today, I am using this stage to urge you all, to urge you to peep inside yourself. Peep inside yourself and discover that passion. Discover that confidence that helped me to stand on this stage. To discover it because, believe me, it is just a looking away. I am Mitre Athaiya, and I survived cancer. Thank you.